The 13-4 UNH Wildcats look to get back to their winning ways, as prior to last night's loss to Boston College, the Wildcats won 5 straight, the first time since the 2010-2011 season. And on today's edition of a Saturday matinee here at the Whittemore Center, UNH welcomes in Merrimack College, who also lost last night to a Boston-based team in Northeastern Huskies, 6-3. Interesting game as I welcome in Kevin Larney on the color analyst side. But both these teams are so close in terms of their points. UNH 21 points on the season in Hockey East play. Merrimack right ahead of them with 23. And to make matters interesting, UConn, who was tied with UNH before the start of today, just tied UVM on a 1 o'clock game today, so they now have 22 points. So UNH with a win can get up and tie Merrimack with 23 points for that 5th place in the Hockey East standings. And Kevin, UNH and Merrimack very familiar with each other. They've already played twice this season. The Wildcats took both games 3-2 and 4-3 in OT. What is Merrimack going to need to do to get their first win over the Wildcats in the 2019 season?
Well, Sam, they came off a loss against a very strong number 3 ranked Northeastern team. Goals came from Caitlin Ray, Megan Ferguson, and Dominique Creamer. Look for them to make an impact. Definitely look out for Caitlin Ray, as she leads the team with 19 goals on the season. And for UNH, they come off that loss. They went to Chestnut Hill to play BC and the Eagles, but the Eagles dominated that one with a 7-1 victory. However, Sam, junior Abby Chapman got her first goal of the year, so that's always encouraging to see. But going into this game for UNH, they're playing this pretty strong Merrimack offense. They hope, which is averaging close to 3 goals a game, which is fairly a tough task. So I think this game comes down to the UNH defense, and I think they can bounce back after that loss last night.
Samantha Ridgewell, number 34, in blue and gold and net for the Merrimack Warriors, and Kira Smith in the blue and white, minding the pipes for the Wildcats. Merrimack had a couple quick opportunities early on in the first minute of this game. Paige Voigt brings the puck in low. Wildcats able to successfully break it out. Here's Voigt again now, brings it over the blue line. Tries to dump it off, but good defensive play there by Grace Middleton. And Paige Rinn just sends it in the length of the ice for a quick Wildcat change.
Look out for Taylor Wenskowski as well today, Sam, and she has 16 goals on the season, so she's leading the Wildcats in that category. So you wonder what kind of an impact she has in this game today. We'll see.
You brought up Caitlin Ray, leading everyone on the ice in terms of points. 21 goals, 11 assists, good for 32 points. 7th in the conference in the Hockey East play. Is a good face-off win. Jenny Rowe takes a shot that was deflected in front by Middleton. Puck goes wide. Scammell sends it on net to Ridgewell, who is able to glove it up. That's going to be another offensive zone face-off for the Wildcats. And that first line of Caitlin Ray, Michaela Grant-Mentis, and Jessica Bonfie for Merrimack doing most of the offensive production. Grant-Mentis has 28 points on the season, 17 assists for that top line of the Warriors. Merrimack in the blue and gold road, as UNH in their traditional white and blue.
Merrimack's also very strong on the power play, Sam. 21.3% of the time they execute, get the goal, and you wonder if that makes a big impact in today's game as well. It gives them a little bit of an edge. UNH power play so far this year sits at 16.1%. So this game could really come down to the power play, and you talk about how important that category is in the Whittemore Center.
Here's a quick 2-on-1. Shot goes saved. Good play there by Devin Taylor, trying to go near side on Ridgewell. Here's Taylor again. Puck gets lofted in the air. Comes out to Marie-Jo Peltier, the captain of the Wildcats. Sends it over to her D partner, Tori Howren, who gets a low for McManus to work. McManus and Taylor battled in the corner. Merrimack comes up with it, and they have a rush of their own. Here's Grant-Mentis. 1-on-4, decides to send it deep and get a full line change. Peltier tries to fire it high off the glass, can't do so. Merrimack is able to send it right back down to begin their forecheck. Kira Smith Sends it the other way to Taylor. And Peltier just sent into the Wildcat bench, which does force a faceoff, but allows the Wildcats to get some fresh legs. And Kevin, so far, first 3 minutes of this game, shots 2-1 in favor of the Wildcats. Both teams still looking like they're in that feeling out period, where that first half of the period, trying to see where you can get your advantages. Both teams still not having a quality scoring opportunity in the first few minutes of this one.
Yeah, and we usually talk about the importance of, getting that go-ahead goal early and making that that first goal in the game, and how huge that can be for the team here. And usually for the Wildcats, that's been one of their biggest things. When they start out early, Sam, it's a huge confidence for them throughout the game.
Taylor Wenskowski, Lauren Martin, and Paige Rinn, the forwards for the Wildcats. Here's Wenskowski working one-on-one against Merrimack defender as she's able to get the puck low. Puck goes off a deflection off the back of the net. Martin and Rinn working on 2-on-1. Martin comes up with it. Finds Emily Rickwood. Shot goes deflected by Dominique Kramer. That could have been the best scoring opportunity so far this game, as Wenskowski turns and fires, and both teams get a full line change.
Rickwood's got 9 assists on the year as well too, Sam.
Emily Volpe, number 12 for Merrimack, looking to get a stretch pass for the breakaway, but Merrimack was unable to convert in time. The Warriors send it deep, and Jenna Rowe will have plenty of time to turn it up ice. Makes a nice little escape moves, fires it high off the glass, and that's good enough to get out. Here's Palumbo, fires it right on the glove as Ellie Sasaki was crashing right there, and good play there by Ridgewell to make sure that there was no rebound, as that could have been a garbage goal to start off the scoring here tonight.
Yeah, and Ridgewell's got a pretty solid save percentage as well, Sam, sitting at 93%. Got almost 700 saves as well on the year.
Tori Howard just rips a one-timer. Couldn't see if it was deflected or just missed, but that top line back in for the Wildcats is Carly Turner working behind the net. Good pinch there by Devin Taylor to keep the puck in Merrimack territory. The Warriors now slowly working it up. Good defensive play there by Howren. Peltier fires it high off the glass. Gets right to the stick of McManus, who drops it off to Taylor. Devin Taylor gets taken down by Jessica Bonfie. And now here's Kramer on the far side. Tori Howren collects and tries to fire it up the middle. Devin Taylor in a one-on-one battle, able to get it deep enough to get a line change as Merrimack's coming back the other way. Chloe Cook, number 19, sends it up. And that's going to cause another stoppage in play. And they're going to count that as a shot on net, Kevin, but so far in the first 5 minutes of this period, Merrimack really still not getting anything offensively. Kira Smith making a couple easy saves. But now you're going to see with the second line of Megan Ferguson, Paige Voigt, and Keisha DeClaire, are they going to be the line to get this thing going?
Yeah, and you look at Kira Smith on the year as well, Sam, sitting at pretty close to Ridgewell as well, 93%, 12-8 on the year, 12-8-2, excuse me, and Ava Boudelier, who also splits time in net with Kira Smith, both seniors. She's 1-5, so they're both splitting up time and trying to get equal opportunity. But Kira Smith has been playing pretty solid this year, Sam.
Paige Voigt, who we just mentioned, number 6 for Merrimack, almost had the first goal of the game, but a good quick leg pad save by Kira Smith keeps the score knotted at 0-0. Fulea Manu, the captain of Merrimack, was the one to get this play going. She collects the puck again in front of her own net. Gets it over to her D partner, Paige Sorensen, also a fellow captain. Two captains head up these starting defensive pair for Merrimack. Paige Voigt gains the red line, sends it deep. Just a defense change for the Warriors. Grace Middleton. Costly turnover as Merrimack collects in front. Good save by Kira Smith. Another rebound chance. This Kira Smith with two great saves early on in this game to keep it 0-0. There's a costly turnover there by UNH, allowed Merrimack to get their first scoring chance of the game. Here's Middleton. Shot goes just wide of Ridgewell.
Good job by Middleton to bounce right back from that Merrimack offensive opportunity and try and make an opportunity on her own.
Redirection of the ice. Peltier, good saucer pass to McManus. McManus in alone on Ridgewell. Loses the grip of the puck, and that goes just wide. Another save for Ridgewell, as that's Devin Taylor from the slot. Another good opportunity, and as we were talking about a slow offensive start, it's a little back and forth hockey on a Saturday afternoon, Kevin.
Definitely, they heard us, Sam. They heard us from the ice, and they bounce right back. Good job by the Wildcats.
Speaking of this, this 4 p.m. start time, you have to wonder, as both these teams played in Boston last night at 7 p.m. games, and normally they play at 7 o'clock on the Saturday nights, if that's going to have any effect on the pace of this game. But the last couple of minutes have been quite back and forth, so no tiredness or laziness so far that I can see.
Yeah, definitely, Sam. Rest is a huge factor going into this game. Both teams.
Here's McManus, makes a hockey turn, sends it low. Taylor Wenskowski, the leading point scorer and goal scorer for this Wildcat club. Looking to try to get on the board early. Carly Turner behind the net. She fires it up to Rickwood. Good display of offensive pressure for the Wildcats. But that's number 9, Dominique Kramer, just sends it deep so Merrimack can get a line change. Wenskowski now makes a move across the red line, now the blue. Shot from the point. Good rebound opportunity there, but Merrimack is able to clear it.
Rickwood was right there. I thought she was going to get that rebound. Good job, though. Good positioning.
Here is Rickwood again making a dangerous cross-ice pass to Chloe Cook, able to step in and break it up, but that's how Merrimack got their first scoring opportunity, was a defensive turnover for UNH. Luckily, nothing bad happened from that. Paige Wren takes a slap shot that brings her to her knees. Shot went wide off the glass. Lindsay Dumont skating away with it. Tori Palumbo just sends it deep. And here comes Merrimack on a set breakout. Jenna Rowe backhands it over to Scammell, who tried to find Dumont up there on the break, and 2-on-2 could be a 3-on-2 if Merrimack hurries. Good skating through the middle. Kira Smith makes a great save in traffic. Able to smother that up and not allow a rebound with 11:11 left in the first period. She keeps the game at 0-0.
And freshman Gabby Jones was right there, Sam, right on that rebound. Look, as we take another look, Kira Smith does a good job stopping that shot.
Good play there by Emily Volt to get that shot off through traffic. Kira Smith was probably a little rattled when she saw that puck go through and go off her chest pad, but made a great goaltending play to smother that up, and no second chance opportunity.
And shot attempts tied here as there's 10 minutes left, 5-5.
Good step up there by Howren, just to poke the puck back in Merrimack's way. Try to go indirect, but that is going to be an icing. Paige Sorensen tried to get fancy, but she's going to allow an offensive face-off to the glove side of Ridgewell. UNH has that top scoring line of Taylor, Turner, and McManus. Marie-Jo Peltier and Tori Howard at defense. Good win there off the draw by Carly Turner. Puck gets up to Howard on the point. Collects it and sends it right back down low. Good use of the skate by Turner. Puck is still bouncing around in front, and Merrimack's going to be able to collect it and get out of any pressure. And they're just going to send it deep and get a line change, as they were unable to change on the icing. Peltier fires a stretch pass up to Taylor. McManus, nice little body contact trying to separate man from puck. Little defensive play there. A little risky, as Wenskowski is able to get a stick on it, and the puck almost went right into the doorstep of Ridgewell.
We talked a little bit about Caitlin Ray and her impact on this Warriors team, but how about Michaela Graham-Mentis? She's sitting at 12 goals and 15 assists, so she's another strong player to look out for today.
We reached the second half of the first period. Just under 10 minutes left. Score still 0-0. Shots even up at 5-5. Both teams having about 2 quality scoring opportunities apiece. Great goaltending displayed early on as a couple shots could have resulted in rebound goals. Kira Smith uses the leg pad to move that puck away. Merrimack now getting some possession. Good block there by looked like Abby Chapman. Paige Rinn trying to use the glove. Puck just went over, but she's able to clear the blue line, which gives UNH a little breathing room. Rinn fires it right into the skates of Taylor Wenskowski as she was looking to change, and luckily no too many men penalty called. Dangerous play, whereas if the puck is in the possession of that 6th player, that would be a penalty. Jenna Rowe decides to take it herself through the blue line down to the goal line. Merrimack's going to just go back into their defensive zone. Paige Sorensen now collects it. Moves it up to DeClaire. Paige Voigt loses it just for a moment, but that's all it takes for UNH to capitalize. Here's Middleton. Backhand sauce over to Dunbar. Dunbar misses just wide, and Ridgewell's able to get that rebound off the back end of the boards to smother it up. And with 8:15 left, another offensive faceoff for the Wildcats.
Good body control there by Dunbar. Reach back, stay composed as we take another look. Just couldn't get it up. Good effort there by Dunbar. I believe she got the assist from Abby Chapman goal against BC last night. So getting involved early for Dunbar already.
Here's Kramer with a head of speed. Works her way up. Has a bad pass, results in a free clear for the Wildcats. No icing, as that was a Merrimack on Merrimack crime. Here's Manu. Good jump there on the puck by Peltier. And McManus comes back the other way. Her and Manu in a battle right in front of us on the glass. Devin Taylor in on the fun. It's 3-on-2 puck battle. Merrimack and UNH. You can hear the officials saying move the feet, move the puck, because they don't want to blow a delay game whistle. But that might just be what we have, Kevin.
I mean, it's taken a while. Both teams fighting for it.
Puck does squirt out, but UNH is able to retain possession, although they do lose the offensive zone time. Good play there by Devin Taylor just to chip the puck in low and get a full line change. Lauren Martin was the first one off the bench to apply this forechecking pressure, as here comes Caitlin Ray and the Warriors. Puck's broken up in the middle as Wenskowski's able to get a step. Tried to sidestep there. Manu, that would have been pretty, but good defensive play by the captain.
Reel.
Here's a 2-on-1 the other way. Wide open. Good save by Kira Smith. Grant Mentis on the doorstep, robbed by the glove of Kira Smith, and we're going to get our first penalty. Interference on the Warriors, it looks like. That was Grant Mentis, who was involved on the 2-on-1. She's going to spend the next 2 minutes across the ice in the penalty box for an interference penalty. And Kevin, you mentioned how important this power play on either side of the puck is going to be, and now the Wildcats get their first crack at the extra man opportunity.
This is a huge opportunity for the Wildcats to see if they can execute on this one. That last opportunity for Grant Mentis came off of the Wenskowski shot right there, so good hustle by Grant Mentis, but it cost her.
Dunbar, Chapman, and Middleton, the 3 forwards with Rowe and Scammell at defense. They look to take their time. Pass goes right in front. Grace Middleton just missed it. Good one-timer as she was right in the slot. Rowe being pressured by Emily Volp. She's able to break away, and the Wildcats begin their second zone time. Pressure on the power play, but that is broken up by Dominique Kramer, and Julie Scammell being pressured heavily there by Ray. Scammell able to break free, drops it off to Emily Rickwood, who just left the bench. Rickwood now decides to skate over the red line and the blue by herself. Dumps it low to Devin Taylor, who's unable to beat Cook to the puck, and Merrimack is once again able to send it the length of the ice for a line change. Harley Turner a center, but takes the puck behind the net. Looks like UNH is just trying to skate it in and gain possession themselves rather than trying to work a passing play. Tally Warren just sends it to nowhere, but gets the puck low. And UNH is now able to regain possession. Puck was in front for McManus and Taylor, but they were unable to get a clean shot off. Carly Turner playing that left defensive point for the power play, and that puck squirts out. And with 25 seconds left, UNH is trying to see if they can get one more offensive possession here on the opening power play of this game. 4:45 left in the first period between Merrimack and UNH. Still a 0-0 score. Shots 7-5 in favor of the visiting Warriors. And with 5 seconds left on the power play, it looks like Merrimack will successfully kill that 2-minute holding penalty by Grant Mentis. She comes out of the box and tries to join the play, but catches UNH on a breakout. McManus is just going to dump it in, and she'll head to the box herself. Wenskowski and Martin, joined by Paige Wren. Grant Mentis fresh out of the penalty box. Gains the blue line, fires it on Kira Smith, who blocks it down to the corner. Grant Mentis follows a rebound, but good poke check there by Peltier, breaks it away. She goes D to Tori Howard on the far side. Tried to work it up to Wenskowski. Trips and had an awkward fall to the boards, went back first. She looks a little rattled as she'll head to the bench. Shot on net goes wide as Dunbar is able to collect, goes high off the glass to Abby Chapman. Good step up there by Dunbar. She gains the red line. Tries to work her way through number 27 to Carey, who now possesses the puck. Gets it up to Cook. Cook tries to fire a slap shot, and that good block by Dunbar. Good individual effort there by Nicole Dunbar to capitalize on her turnover. That allowed Merrimack to gain possession. Here's Middleton, makes a nice move. Great move there on Chloe Cook, but unable to get the shot off. A little dangle right under the stick of the junior defenseman. Ridgewell plays it to Kramer. Kramer finds Bukowski. Try to drop it off to Gabby Jones, but instead it results in a Lauren Martin break. Gets tangled up by the officials as Merrimack able to possess it and break it out successfully. Julie Scammell, first to the puck for UNH, sends it right up. That's not gonna get out of the zone as we approach the 2-minute mark in the first period. Still 0-0 here on a Saturday matinee at the Whittemore Center.
Just going off of that last power play for the Wildcats, they've had 67 total goals this year. 19 of them have come off the power play. Another reason why that impact is huge for this game.
Another blocker save by Kira Smith. Allows Wenskowski to collect it from the corner. She puts her head down and looks like she's going to do it herself. Gets tripped up around the red line, loses the puck, but the puck does find her stick again. Takes it wide on the dot. Fires a slap shot that almost picked the corner just off of the blocker side of Ridgewell. That was an absolute bullet from Wenskowski. We've seen her a couple times this season, Kevin.
Sure. You've seen some flashes of that. She's got a strong shot for sure, Sam.
And they're going to call a hand pass on UNH. That results in a face-off outside of the zone with 1:38 left in the period. And Kevin, you know, when we do these broadcasts, we always talk about momentum going into the locker room. And in a game like this where Merrimack does hold an 8-5 shot total, but I would say it's pretty even in terms of, you know, scoring opportunities, how big would a goal right now be for either side?
Oh, it'd be huge, and that's why for the Wildcats that last power play possession would have been a huge momentum changer as they went into the locker room. But I think it's pretty even for the most part, Sam. Both teams playing aggressive early on in the game.
Here is Nicole Dunbar with some speed, fires it. Good glove save there by Ridgewell as Abby Chapman, once again, another Wildcat hanging around that back door. Smart play by Ridgewell to just use the glove and don't even think about playing it. So we'll get another offensive face-off with that line of Dunbar, Chapman, and Middleton. Ferguson, Voigt, and to carry the forwards for Merrimack. Kramer tried to go indirect to Voigt. Howren cuts it up right in front of Smith. Elects not to pass it up to Middleton, says she'll skate it and gain the blue line herself. And she'll go end to end. Tori Howren, the defenseman, finds herself below the Merrimack goal line. That's going to result in Grace Middleton getting back on defense. Good play there by Peltier to force the action of Emily Volpe to the outside instead of trying to create anything in the middle. Under a minute here in the first period. Both teams trying to find one more scoring opportunity. Good play there by Grace Middleton, as though she does lose the puck. Bukowska spins away from Howren as we near 20 seconds left in the period. Merrimack trying to find one more chance to open this scoring. Puck bouncing around in front of the net. Backhand opportunity. Good save there by Kira Smith, as Emily Volpe had a backhand and a forehand opportunity to score. As we watch this replay,
that last effort by Merrimack there came close for Kira Smith, but did a good job stopping that opportunity for the Warriors.
A backhand that went off a shin pad went right to the forehand of the lefty Emily Volpe. Unable to find the back of the net as we near the closing seconds of the first period. Good block there by McManus, sliding to make sure nothing crazy happens in the final seconds. But after 20 minutes, it is 0-0 between the University of New Hampshire and Merrimack College. When we come back, second period action between the Wildcats and the Warriors. After 20 minutes of play, we are scoreless here in the Whittemore Center between the UNH Wildcats and the Merrimack College Warriors. And Kevin, as we begin the second period, just going to throw some stats at you. Tied after one period this season, UNH is 8-8-2, and in day games, 9-7-3. And currently we're right in the middle of a Saturday day game, which is pretty rare, but both those records indicate that it's a 50-50 chance either way that we're going to see a Wildcat win. And I think after the first period, the tone is it's going to be a pretty evenly split hockey game.
Yeah, no, definitely, Sam. I mean, this is definitely up in the air, almost some may call it a quarter flip, so to speak. But this is definitely a close game, and I'm excited to go into the second period.
And before we get that puck drop, it is Princess Night here at the Whittemore Center. I saw Snow White and Cinderella walking around. Who's your favorite Disney princess, Kev, before we get underway?
I don't know, man. It's tough. I mean,
I got to go Cinderella.
Cinderella?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few, man. I mean, I like the Princess and the Frog one. I like, I don't know her name. I like Pocahontas. Snow White is always a classic, but you know, it's always good to have Princess Night here in the Whittemore Center, so always exciting. I gave a wave to them. You know, I walked in, I was excited, so always good.
UNH and Merrimack flipping sides. UNH going from right to left, Merrimack going from left to right as Peltier looks to start off the break. First lines for both squads starting this second period. Here comes Merrimack on a 2-on-1. Kira Smith able to paddle that one away as Paige Voigt was the shooter for the Warriors. Still has the puck. Drops it off to Kramer, who's able to keep it in. Backhand pass just out of the reach of Voigt. And that's going to result in a line change for UNH. And Merrimack quickly on the breakout. Here's Voigt once again. Gets below the circle. Now the goal line. Left it off forward to Carey, who goes off the boards to Cook, who fires a slap shot. That was right into the stick of Tally Warren. Maud tried to just force her way right in front of the net, but that was deflected away as UNH, for the first time this period, is able to get the puck deep on Samantha Ridgewell.
And we talked briefly about the goalie comparison between Kira Smith and Ridgewell. But looking at Ridgewell, she's at 93%, 12-7-4, Sam. And Kira Smith has a similar stat line as well, 93% save percentage and 12-8 and 2, I believe. So that's a pretty tight goalie comparison. Yeah, 12-8 and 2 for Kira Smith.
Not only are the goaltenders having similar numbers, but both these teams separated by just 2 points in the Hockey East standings. Merrimack does have that 14th win compared to UNH's 13.
Yeah, and another reason why this game is pretty big for a momentum shift for the rest of the season between these two teams.
Abby Chapman fires it over to Middleton, who just fires it on net, trying to catch Ridgewell by surprise. The Warriors come back the other way as Maury tried to get it deep, but she was unable to get a full grip on the stick. Here's McManus, first one on the puck, waves off the icing. She tried to stop behind the net, but does lose the puck. And Manu is able to start the break for the Warriors. They cross the ice as Bonfie works on Scammell. Good poke check there by Scammell, which starts the break up for the Wildcats the other way. Jenna Rowe thought about passing it. Now she finally does. Hits the stick, and they tip it deep on purpose. McManus, Taylor, and Turner, the forechecking line for UNH. As Towery Howren gets it over to Jenna Rowe. Makes a good turn and is able to find McManus, and just offsides was Devin Taylor, and that's going to result in an out-of-zone faceoff with 16:32 left, still scoreless. But now Merrimack, Kevin, is slowly but surely starting to run away with the shot total, 13 shots to 7 in favor of the Warriors.
Yeah, and you know, talking about this athletic program for the Merrimack Warriors, Sam, you know, just a few years ago, they're Division II. Now they make the move to Division I, and they're already competing with one of the with some tough teams in the Division I program, so quite a jump for Merrimack over these past few years. Caps off to them.
Merrimack's first year in the women's hockey East was 2015. The second newest member to the conference, as Holy Cross making their inaugural debut this season. Good defensive play there for the Wildcats, and here is Taylor Wenskowski 1-on-3. She's going to take it wide, tries to fire across the middle. Nice toe drag, able to get a shot off from the slot, blockered away by Ridgewell. Taylor Wenskowski just absolutely loves that area of the ice.
Yeah. You see her going coast to coast quite a bit in the game, Sam. We've seen it a few times today. Always staying aggressive on the offensive side of the puck.
Warren tried to fire it indirectly, but didn't get enough of the shot that she wanted to. Rickwood battling down low. And Merrimack able to take their time and regroup behind the net. Jessica Kuhlman, the winger there, loses the puck for Merrimack for a brief moment. And we're going to get a tripping call, and it looks like it's going to go on Ellie Susaki. Interference, not a trip. And now Merrimack gets their first opportunity on the power play. Wildcats were unable to convert in the second half of that first period on a holding opportunity. And now Merrimack with their star line of Caitlin Ray, Michaela Grant-Mentis, and Jessica Bonfie. Let's see if they're able to convert on that extra man opportunity, but UNH wins a clean faceoff, and Jenna Rose sends it 200 feet down the way and forces the Warriors to start from their own end.
Merrimack once again, 21.3% of the time they're converting that shot into the net as McManus gets tripped up, it looks like, Sam.
And that's gonna be a 4-on-4 play. A costly mistake there by Merrimack as we see the replay. Oh, a clear trip there by Paige Sorensen. She's gonna take 2 minutes in the box and join Susaki. But that's pretty costly, Kevin. They just threw away an opportunity. They only had 16 seconds of power play, didn't even collect the puck in the offensive zone, and now 4-on-4 for a minute 44 with 14 minutes in the second period.
I mean, I was just going to talk about the strength that the Warriors have on the power play, but it looks like we're all evened up here. So good job up for the Wildcats and to take back that opportunity from the Warriors.
Caitlin Ray, the Merrimack Warrior, who got that shot off on Kira Smith as we see a face-off. But now it's 4-on-4 in the bigger ice surface at the Whittemore Center, Olympic size. With skaters like Taylor Wenskowski and Caitlin Ray, this is where they're going to be deadliest. Nicole Dunbar fighting on the half wall. Here's Grant-Mentis trying to body weight. Nice drop pass for a one-timer. Puck is just squirting around. Good save there by Kira Smith, able to keep her head focused on the puck. Voigt rings the crossbar. That was a pretty nifty couple shots for the Merrimack Warriors as Paige Voigt gets right to that right circle and just dings it off the crossbar. That would have been one of the prettier goals I've seen this season.
Yeah. Good job by Voigt though to make that aggression for the puck, but not quite there yet. Good job by this UNH defense, Sam. We talked about how important that was going into this game. They've done a great job so far, despite the shot attempts from the Warriors sitting at 15 right now.
Rickwood from her own defensive end brought it all the way down, and she finds herself pinned against the boards. We saw this earlier, wasting about 20 seconds off the clock right in front of Merrimack's bench in the first period. It looks like they have no problem letting the clock run again. 30 seconds remain in the UNH penalty, 46 remain in the Merrimack penalty. So that means UNH, if they can maintain offensive possession, they are going to have about 14 seconds of 5-on-4. Both teams going to get some fresh legs. And Kevin, you did mention the UNH defense doing a really good job of getting those bouncing pucks, those potential rebound opportunities out of the way of Kira Smith, and hats off to Kira Smith making about 5 or 6 really good saves from point blank.
So far, yes.
Turner fires it cross ice to McManus.
And those rebounds and those pucks that do tend to squirt out of reach for the goalie, I mean, that definitely makes a swing of things in the game. And we've seen that throughout the year too, Sam, even here in the Whittemore Center.
Merrimack going the other way. Here's Ray. Try to do a little toe drag, unable to convert, and the UNH penalty is released. 15 seconds on the power play if UNH can get any sort of offensive possession, which it looks like they will not. Scammell just sends it deep as the Merrimack penalty will wipe away, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey with 12:42 left in the second period, and that's going to be an icing by the Warriors. And Kevin, just looking at the roster, the National Women's Hockey League has a couple of prospects playing on tonight's game. The Connecticut Whale have not one but two Merrimack Warriors drafted, Caitlin Ray and Dominique Kramer. And on the UNH side, Jenna Rowe, drafted by the Boston Pride. Wenskowski fires a glove side, and like we just said a couple minutes ago, that's just her alley right there in between the circles. Great save there by Ridgewell. Watch the replay, just a beautifully drawn face-off play. Have Wenskowski come off the right wing, pick up the puck, and get a shot off from the slot. She'd love to have that one back. Let's see if UNH runs that same play. They don't. Lauren Martin just wins it forward.
This game might come down to the goalie's play, Sam.
No icing, as Tori Howard could have made a move on that puck, so the officials wave it off.
Talked about those players getting drafted. How amazing is that? Here at UNH, and then not too far from my home myself, Merrimack, Sam, 2 minutes away, so it's pretty cool to hear those players getting drafted. Pretty awesome for both programs.
Merrimack College in North Andover, Massachusetts, just 50 miles away from right here in Durham. Short bus ride for the two schools, as it's pretty easy when they do their home-and-home series like we saw earlier this season. UNH beating Merrimack right here in the Whittemore Center 3-2, and then they traveled down to North Andover and got a 4-3 overtime win. That was back early on in the season.
I think that was the last game we covered, Sam, before break. That last 3-2 win against the Warriors.
Merrimack briefly able to keep it in for a second. Some physical contact on the far side by the blue line, as the Warriors looking for something to get this going. Here's Paige Voigt, walks right into the slot, shot deflected wide of Kira Smith. Truax able to get it up but not out. Good offensive possession by the Warriors, able to cover that blue line and not let UNH have a clean breakout, but Tori Howard is just going to use her legs as she crosses the red line, sends it deep, which allows a full change for the Wildcats. Merrimack with time to develop. Miscommunication as Dunbar gets the puck right in the slot, tries to fire it back door. One-timer there by Rickwood goes wide. Tally Warren able to keep it in on the near side. Warren still playing low as Dunbar covers her point. Dunbar now has it, fires a shot. That goes well wide off the Service Credit Union advertisement behind the net. Merrimack now the ones with the tired legs. They fire that low and change it up. Kira Smith has that puck go right over her paddle. No harm, no foul as Emily Rickwood collects it. She's trying to avoid some pressure, gets it out. Grace Middleton sends a touch, but that's going to be a little too strong, as that's going to be another icing with 10:28 left. And it's about as even as you can get it. Back-to-back opportunities for the Wildcats and the Warriors. Shots still 15 for Merrimack, but the UNH getting their shot total up to 10. Face-off to the right side of Smith. Merrimack wins the face-off, sends it up to the point. There's Cook. Good block there by Warren, but rebound is in front. Able to go away as Dunbar collects it. Briefly gets the puck out, but Merrimack is still. That's going to be a offside, delayed offside, which results in Nicole Dunbar trying to make something happen one-on-one. She fires it wide off the glove side of Ridgewell. Costly pass there as McManus takes a shot, and that gets deflected into the upper netting, which will be an offensive face-off for the blue and white.
Good job by Dunbar there. That hustle trying to chase down the puck. And then, of course, McManus just a little over. A good job by both players there, trying to make the most out of that opportunity.
Merrimack able to clear it. There's a miscommunication. There's Grant Mentis. Off a delay, goes on a breakaway. Good paddle save there by Kira Smith. Julie Scammell and Jenna Rowe bump into each other and fall down, which allows Grant Mentis to walk in on a breakaway. But the blocker of Kira Smith denies it. And we're still knotted at 0-0. Here comes Scammell now as she gains the red line, sends it low, and she'll chase it herself. Devin Taylor was trying to find Rowe on the point, but she loses the puck. Here's Grant Mentis. Goes right by Carly Turner. Good defensive play there by Jenna Rowe, using the body to take the puck. Leaves it off for Turner, and Turner falls to the ice. A couple Wildcats looking for a penalty. Here's Kramer. Tried to find Emily Volpe on that back door. Gabby Jones now takes it, surveys the ice. Great cut there coming in from the backside by Bukowska. Unable to collect the saucer pass that was made by Jones. Kramer and Rowe going at it. A couple draftees of the NHWL. UNH able to clear it all the way down by Carly Turner and get a full change. Wenskowski was the first Wildcat on the puck, but couldn't get enough pressure as Gabby Jones fires it deep the other way. A couple Merrimack coaches looking at the officials for a potential trip, but they do not get it. Wenskowski has to get back to the puck. She dumps it in, and Lauren Martin, the first Wildcat there to forecheck. Merrimack smartly goes D-to-D to avoid any Wildcat pressure as they send it up. And Merrimack will do the same and get a change. Peltier fires it deep, while the Warriors able to go D-to-D, but just briefly are able to get it over the offensive zone. Good defensive play there by Peltier, getting on the ice and taking a puck off the shoulder to break up any rush. Nicole Dunbar trying to go 1-on-2, brings it across the middle to her forehand, fires it in front. You can hear it go off the paddle of Ridgewell. Couple Wildcats in front, but unable to get a clear rebound look. Here comes Manu. Trying to make a breakout pass. Good step up there by Tally Warren. Dunbar makes a move back to the middle of the ice. Lose the backhand, which is a costly turnover. But another good play there by Warren.
And Sam, I was just looking at one of the biggest strengths for this Wildcat team is they have
Chloe Cook.
Cook that just tipped it in.
Chloe Cook has a slap shot from the point, and it looks like it went tipped back door. We're gonna have to see the replay as Chloe Cook, number 19, purposely goes wide, and it just goes right through Kira Smith.
Did Grant Mantis touch that? Did she get the goal? Oh no, Cook got credited with the goal, it looks like.
So that's 1-0 Merrimack, and just like that, when both teams were, for their most of the game, were getting all their offensive opportunities with close range shots, either rebound looks or from the slot, but it's a slap shot from the point, and Chloe Cook, the junior out of British Columbia, gives Merrimack the 1-0 lead with 6 minutes remaining here in the second period. UNH trying to answer.
Trying to bounce back here.
As McManus works in the far corner. The biggest thing to do after a goal, Kevin, is the next few shifts for either side. Now Merrimack can either continue the momentum, or UNH can steal it right from them by netting a quick equalizer.
And I was just going to add, Sam, before that goal, you know, one of the biggest strengths for UNH that I don't think is talked about enough is, you know, they don't have to deal with too many injuries. They have so many people. They have 17 players that have played every game, that have been available for each and every game this season. So that is a huge advantage for this Wildcat team. And, you know, that definitely helps the team chemistry as well. They've definitely been playing well together throughout the season. Let's see if they can ramp it up within the last 5 minutes of the second period and the rest of the third period.
Tori Howard finds herself once again behind the Merrimack goal line. She heads back to her point. Paige Wren takes a fall there working in front of the net.
Spinning around, took a tough hit.
She's right back in the corner though, fighting. Wenskowski able to get a stick on it and lightly sends the puck over to force an offensive zone faceoff. New defenders for the Wildcats as Warren and Rickwood come onto the ice. Kramer and Manu, the defensive pair for Merrimack, with that top line of Caitlin Ray, Grant Mentis, and Bonfie. Good win there by the Warriors. They able to get a quick breakout. Good play there by Merrimack, as it looked like Ferguson from the corner sent it in front of the net, and off a tip it appeared that Kira Smith lost track of the puck for a second, but she was able to smother it up and avoid giving up the second goal in just over a minute.
As Carly Turner takes that face-off, her face-off percentage this year is at almost 52%, so she's one of the better, actually the best person to take the face-off for the Wildcat team, just going based off of those numbers. Right behind her is Taylor Wenskowski, second best option for this Wildcat team. The face-off percentage at 48.5%.
Rickwood, good breakout pass to get something going. Shot lightly goes into the glove of Ridgewell. But now Merrimack, after scoring that goal, still separated themselves on the shot chart. 20 shots to 13 in favor of the Warriors. And they've been pretty close, as that last offensive rush nearly saw another backdoor opportunity, as a couple of Merrimack players were able to sneak behind the last line of defense. It looks like we're going to get an interference penalty. It's going to go on Devin Taylor. She did something on the draw. I didn't quite see it.
Maybe they'll show another look here on the Jumbotron.
But either way, Merrimack only had 14 seconds of power play time early on this period before they drew their own penalty to make it 4-on-4. So let's see if they can have their first 2 minutes of uninterrupted 5-on-4 play.
You can see Grant Mantis was pretty frustrated after a little miscommunication with Cook on that one, as Cook had us go all the way back to chase down the puck. Definitely take some time off power play, but looks like they're bouncing back right now.
Very important penalty kill for the Wildcats as they trail 1-0 in the final 4 minutes of the second period. A kill here can at least attempt to give them some momentum. Here's Ray now, gets it over to Cook. Trying to find Voigt, but she was unable to possess it.
Good job by Chapman dumping the puck so they can get the line change. Get some fresh legs out there and also kills time off this penalty.
UNH able to send it all the way back down. And here comes Lauren Martin with Carly Turner with a head of steam. McManus second on the puck. Good step up there by Tori Howard as they force Merrimack to regroup in their own end. Kramer over to Voigt. And they go cross ice to McLean.
Got 30 seconds left on this penalty, so UNH can just dump it out 1 or 2 more times and they should be in good shape.
And they do exactly that. Able to get a quick line change as Taylor Wenskowski, first Wildcat forward over the boards. Good one-on-one battle there by Peltier. And now with 5 seconds left on the man advantage, it looks like UNH will successfully kill it. With 2:27 left in this second period, still 1-0, but it's 5-on-5 between Merrimack and the University of New Hampshire. Grand Mentis blew a tire.
Looks
And then
like
Caitlin Ray just lost a stick.
Stick comes flying in the air. Good defensive effort there.
Here's Lauren Martin, 2-on-1. Finds Paige Rinn, rings it off the crossbar.
Another crossbar shot for this UNH offense. So close. Great effort, though, by the UNH defense and offensive team there.
Rickwood uses her backhand, fires it in front. Let's find Lauren Martin. She's going to draw a hooking penalty. Lauren Martin, a stride in front of the defense, and she almost had a very clean look, but looking at this replay, Paige Rinn just perfect setup by Lauren Martin on that defensive turnover. Makes the right pass, and Paige Rinn would love to have that one back. It's 2 inches lower, and we're looking at a 1-1 game, but that's going to be a hooking call on Julia McLean.
Another penalty for the Warriors.
With 1:46 left in the second period, the Wildcats are going to close out the second frame on the man advantage. Looking to find the equalizer and head into the locker room with some momentum as they are being outshot by the road team. Here's Ferguson, electing to just take her time, not force a shot on net, just bring it to the corner like we've seen so many times today. And just try to run out as much clock as possible, but she's unable to do it for too long as the Wildcats break on a full 5-on-3. Shot goes off the paddle of Ridgewell. Here's Rickwood possessing on the blue line. She walks the line, gets it over to Turner. Turner fires it through traffic, and that is put right on the chest of Samantha Ridgewell. Samantha Ridgewell, 5'9" senior from Outlook, Saskatchewan. Played at Notre Dame as a part of the JWHL. Wow. She's played started 81 games in her Merrimack career. 1 minute left in this second period, still a minute 11 on the power play. Rebound in front.
Wenskowski was in perfect position for that.
Unable to get full strength on the stick, but Taylor Wenskowski, right place, right time.
You just saw her come flying in. She saw that.
Good defensive play.
Close.
Looked like it was Chloe Cook from Merrimack who was able to, at the last second, get a stick on Wenskowski to limit UNH's best scoring threat from getting a quality chance this late in the period. UNH back on the possession. Here's Wenskowski from the slot. Fires a rocket snapshot, but Ridgewell saw it the whole way. Not a lot of traffic in front to disrupt her vision. But Wenskowski's going to keep on firing. It's got to be at least her 5th shot of the night. Likes that glove side. And you can tell her when you give her that much time and a quality scoring chance, she's going to take it. Leg-on-leg contact forces Paige Voigt to get up gingerly. 20 seconds remaining in the second period. UNH trying to get one more look. Wenskowski used the one hand to get it over to Rinn. Final 10 seconds left. Here's Howard in the corner. Merrimack's going to love if they can just jam it up on the boards. They cannot. Peltier fires one in front. It's bouncing around as Lauren Martin trying to get one last effort into the front of the net, but that's going to be 3 zeros on the scoreboard. Merrimack finds the back of the net with a slap shot by Chloe Cook. Goes right under the pads of Kira Smith. And after a 15-minute intermission, we will be right back here from the Whittemore Center to bring you the final 20 minutes of this Women's Hockey East battle between the Wildcats and the Warriors. Don't go anywhere. Well, when you come to a hockey game, you're guaranteed at least 3 periods, and Kevin, that's exactly what we have on our plate right now. 20 more minutes at least of UNH Merrimack hockey. The Merrimack Warriors still hold a 1-0 lead, which was a result of a Chloe Cook slap shot in the second half of that second period. And now with 14 seconds left on the power play, UNH looking to find that equalizer. You can see the starting 5 all huddled up looking to see what they're going to do. And what do you have for us, Kevin? What do you think that this Wildcat team needs to do to not only, tie this game up, but to take away a win from Merrimack? And on the reverse side, what is Merrimack going to have to do in this final 20 minutes to get out of Durham with a win?
Well, despite, the Wildcats down 1-0 right now, one thing that, is on their side is, the Warriors keep getting into these penalties. And, if you're UNH, you got to just do your best and keep trying to capitalize on those opportunities. And, the UNH defense have done a great job along with Kira Smith, trying to stop, these 20 shots. Unfortunately, one out of those 20 went in, but for the most part, great defensive effort from this Wildcat team. But, moving forward, just trying their best to take advantage of these power plays. And if you're Merrimack, similar to that, just try to not get yourselves into these penalties, right? That's the only way that could be a huge impact for UNH to get back into this game. That could be a huge part. Merrimack's done a great job on the defensive effort, but it's just the penalties that could hurt them in this third period.
Trailing after 2 periods this season, the Wildcats are 2-7-1, and when scoring less than 3 goals, just 1-10-4 are the UNH Cats. So if you go by the records, the Wildcats are going to walk away with a win. Expect them to put on an offensive display in the final 3 periods. Shots in favor, 20-18 in favor of Merrimack. That's not 1 but 2 false starts on the faceoff.
Looks like Wenskowski was ready to just break away on that one.
And that last blow of the whistle just cost UNH an odd man rush. Not
look.
Quite sure what they stopped the play for, because normally it would have been a little more immediate if it was a false start on the wingers who got into the circle a little quick, or if the center made their move with their stick before the puck was dropped. That's normally a result in a redraw, re-face-off. So not sure if it was a clock malfunction or what, but Taylor Wenskowski wishes she could have that odd man rush game. All right, third time's the charm. Let's get this third period underway. Tori Howren loses the puck at the blue line. That's going to result in a breakaway for Grant Mentis. She comes on the backhand. Good poke check by Kira Smith, but that's going to draw a penalty.
Wenskowski just came flying in.
Wenskowski does come flying and takes out Kira Smith. Looks like she's okay. Kira Smith's okay. But Peltier was the one who disrupted Grant Mentis just a little bit, but that's going to be enough to cause a penalty. Looking at the replay right now, looks like Peltier's smart move. You want to, in a play like that, where you're that lone defender coming back, you want to do all you can to not allow a cheap goal off a turnover like we just saw.
Yeah, but not much you can say about that one, Sam. Just good effort. They do get themselves into the penalty, but I mean, I'll take my chances with a penalty rather than a one-on-one situation any day. Anything to stop a breakaway like that.
Well, now Merrimack with the lead and the man advantage as UNH sends it all the way down. Let's see if the Wildcats can kill off yet another Merrimack extra man opportunity. Here's Sorensen flying in from the defensive play. Grant Mentis, nice backhanded sauce over to Cook, who is the goal scorer. Chloe Cook once again fires a snapshot. Good save by Smith. Paddles that away to the corner with to Sorensen, who goes behind the net to Jessica Bonfie. Good stick lift there by the Wildcats, able to clear for a brief moment. Merrimack still has this. Grant Mentis tries to fire in front to Ray. Puck takes a weird bounce off the end board, goes right to the stick of McLean. Grant Mentis trying to one-time it out of midair.
She had an open look there, too, on the back left side. For Mantis. Good stop there by Smith once again.
UNH finally able to clear the puck and get a line change. Merrimack looking to get up ice quickly. Here's Paige Voigt. She loses it. Emily Rickwood and Carly Turner in on the battle. Jenna Rowe looking to try to clear it once again for the Wildcats with 20 seconds left on the power play, and that's exactly what they do. Just under 20 seconds left for the Merrimack power play as Wenskowski, Rowe, Martin, and Scammell. The Wildcats on the ice, and they're going to draw an icing. So with 11 seconds left on the power play, it's going to be an offensive zone face-off for UNH, and a win here can completely erase the extra man advantage for the Warriors.
The Wildcats have done a great job defending that power play, doing their best effort to stop this talented Warrior offensive clinic out here, but they've done a great job so far.
Good face-off win there by Martin. Puck comes out to Scammell, fires it in front, doesn't make it through as McLean is able to make a one-touch pass up to Ferguson. Ferguson fires it, but Kira Smith is able to corral that puck in, and with 17:42, it's been all Merrimack once again, getting 4 shots this period. 2 of them were on the power play, but Kira Smith still standing strong in net. 23 saves on the afternoon for the senior captain. Abby Chapman fires it away to Truax. Truax trying to go indirect to Dunbar, but Dunbar's head was looking towards the middle of the ice rather than the boards. Dangerous cross-ice pass there by Manu, as Middleton was a stride away from having a free breakaway as the result of a Chloe Cook pass.
You're not talking about Spurs legend Manu Ginobili, right, Sam?
Nope, we talked about that last time.
I wouldn't be surprised. He could do it all, but.
Good play there by Nicole Dunbar. Her and Middleton on 2-on-1. Dunbar fires a slop shot that's deflected off a stick and goes to the net. Grace Middleton crashing back door, but Dunbar elected to get the shot off rather than try to force a pass through traffic. And now the starting lineup of Turner, McManus, and Taylor takes the ice for UNH. UNH and Merrimack once again switching sides. UNH going left to right, Merrimack right to left. These same sides we saw in the first period. Bad turnover for the Warriors, as it's going to result in another puck to the net. And now we will have an offensive face-off to the glove side of Ridgewell rather than the blocker side, which we just had about 5 seconds ago.
You know, all joking aside, Sam, for Leela, Manu has played a great game. I just couldn't help myself on that last one. But this Merrimack offense, or this Merrimack team in general, they have the weapons to make a big change in the game, and we've seen that so far today. But so does UNH. I mean, they have weapons like Wenskowski, Carly Turner, Dunbar, even Devin Taylor. I mean, the list goes on. So both these teams are pretty fair in comparison.
Voigt is able to just get it down deep and get a full line change, as both starting units are on the ice for not only Merrimack but for the Wildcats as well. As here is Caitlin Ray, finds Grant Mantis, and she's going to draw another penalty, but the puck still loose as Ray was trying to wrap it in. But another penalty drawn by the Wildcats, and this top scoring line of Merrimack, they demand a lot of attention, and that's 2 on back-to-back shifts. That's them drawing back-to-back penalties.
Another huge potential opportunity here for the Wildcats. This might be the best game we've seen from the Wildcats in terms of drawing the opposing team into penalties. Certainly a hit for Merrimack and could cost them the game today. So if they keep it up, this game could be even closer.
Tally Warren will serve the 2-minute penalty, which will give this star-studded Merrimack attack Extra man opportunity once again. Unable to convert so far this game. Holding was the penalty on Warren. Cook running the point here. Chloe Cook with 4 people down low, fires a shot that gets tipped wide. Sorensen goes behind the net to Ray, who gets it up to Cook. Cook drops it back off to Ray. Ray tried to go back door to Sorensen, but Cook's there to recover and keep the puck in for Merrimack.
Good job by Chapman to break that up.
UNH able to get a full line change as Chloe Cook gets it over to McLean. McLean just fires it up, but unable to get a clean touch on it was Emily Volpe. Pelletier, next jump from the point.
A little give and go there from Pelletier, and it looks like it was number 24, Megan McMahon, excuse me.
Risky play there by the Wildcats, having 3 attackers below the circles on a power play, but resulted in at least a decent scoring opportunity. And now with 15 seconds left on the power play, UNH just needs to clear one more time to get back to even strength. Merrimack would like one more shot of their own as Ferguson takes it low, gets the puck up to McLean, fires it over to Kramer. Shot on net, puck guns bouncing out, and we're going to get a breakaway if Paige Rinn can hurry. She hit the crossbar earlier, and she gets it right in the stomach of Ridgewell, but she's going to draw a penalty, and now the Wildcats are going to go on the extra man opportunity. And what a back and forth game, not only in terms of scoring chances, but in terms of just power play and penalty kill.
Well, just look at Paige Rinn. I mean, she comes in for the line change, and once she stepped onto the ice, it looked like she was just happened to be positioned for a breakaway opportunity. Probably one of the biggest opportunities we've seen from the Wildcats tonight.
Dominique Kramer goes to the box for a slashing penalty. Now this gives the Wildcats a chance to get back into the game with 13:40 left in the third period. 1-0 Merrimack off a Chloe Cook goal. Wenskowski fires it in front, easily gloved by Ridgewell. And Kevin, you know, that's always something you have to know if you're a defenseman. When that penalty kill, that power play is running down, you do have to be aware that someone's going to be leaving the box and look for a stretch pass. And that's exactly what the Wildcats were looking to do. They understood when the clock was. They understood when Warren was coming out of the box. That was run to perfection, and great job there by Rinn. Although she didn't score, she was able to draw that penalty. Now here's Wenskowski, takes it over the circle, try to fire a shot through the legs of Paige Sorensen. That doesn't go through, but she collects the puck, moves it up to Howren. Howren thinks about it, drops it off to Wenskowski. Wenskowski tees up a slap shot, and that goes right to the glove of Ridgewell. I think every single shot that Wenskowski's had today has been glove side.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're seeing it, Sam. I mean, Wenskowski's giving all her effort here tonight. As one of the better offensive weapons here for the Wildcats, or should I say one of the many weapons here for the Wildcats tonight, but just can't quite get executed. But we'll see. There's still plenty of time in the third period, 13 minutes left remaining.
Good face-off win for the Wildcats. They're able to set up in an umbrella-style power play unit. Howren finds Wenskowski. One-timer deflected, goes just wide, just over the head of Ridgewell. Wenskowski comes flying in, trying to keep the puck in low, but Pelletier holds the blue line. Good play there by the captain. Another corner puck battle between the Cats and the Warriors.
Looks like Graham Mantis just tripped under, it looked like Lauren Martin's stick.
Good poke there by Martin for Wenskowski to maintain possession. Wenskowski cuts back, gets tripped to the ground, no call. Incidental contact. Paige Rinn now battling below the net. UNH, because they are on the power play, able to have an odd man opportunity on every loose puck. Good play there by Tori Howard to keep it in. And now the Merrimack is able to clear with 20 seconds left in the power play. Good offensive pressure by that first power play unit for UNH. Unable to get a shot on net, but they possessed it for about a minute and a half in Merrimack zone. Shot on net goes right back to Carly Turner. They went up for the right pad, and you can hear Kira Smith's paddle banging the ice, letting her defenseman know that the Merrimack penalty is over. We are even strength, so to avoid something like we saw. Backhand opportunity there by Emily Rickwood. Ridgewell is the goaltender for Merrimack, not the defenseman for UNH.
And Sam, looking at it, it looked like at the end of the second period, Merrimack was up in shots. It looked like 20-13, and now the Wildcats are climbing back because of all these penalties, and it looks like they're just one shot behind the Warriors, with the Warriors leading 25-24 in shot attempts. So you're just seeing how the Wildcats are getting the most out of their offensive opportunity here with those penalties tonight.
Emily Rickwood, a defenseman, found herself trying to lift a backhander to tie up the game. Unusual opportunity that I'm sure the freshman from Brantford, Ontario doesn't find herself in very often. Carly Turner trying to wheel it in deep, but she's unable to. Here is Emily Rickwood. Makes a nice pass up to McManus. McManus gets it over to Dunbar.
That was a tough hit on McManus.
And that's going to draw a penalty.
The Warriors are getting a little too physical here.
And Grant, it looks like it's going to be Grant Mantis is going to go for an interference call. As you can definitely see, she clearly hits Mugera McManus into the boards, which could have even been called as an illegal body hit or illegal body check, but they're going to take the interference penalty. But regardless, it's another 2-minute man advantage for the UNH.
Looks like McManus is a little shaken up after that one.
They had great zone time. They had great zone time last period. Let's see if they can convert. Same unit as last time with Wenkowski with the puck. Tori Howard fires a one-timer. Unable to get it at full strength. Puck battles behind the net as Lauren Martin tried to get a pass to Peltier, but just out of the reach of the 4'11" senior from New Brunswick. Howren, nice little dangle sidestep move. Try to find Wenskowski sitting on the circle. Wenskowski now has it with closing in on 10 minutes left in regulation. Wenskowski raises the stick, fires a one-timer, goes for a slap shot instead. Blocked by Voigt.
Having Grant Mantis in the box too is not the ideal situation for Merrimack, as she's one of the premier goal scorers for this team. They could use her out there right now, but second penalty in the period looks like a tough go for Mantis.
Wenskowski drops it off to Peltier, who moves it up to Howren. This unit has collectively had over 2 minutes of zone time in the last two extra man opportunities. Just under a minute left in the power play. Here's Wenskowski, fires another shot. That gets tipped around and follows the wide side of the pipe. Howren unable to keep it in, but Peltier is able to keep it close enough to the blue line where Merrimack is only able to make 2 line changes, but UNH decides to get it deep and change their own unit as we get a fresh 5 on the ice for the Cats. Here is Carly Turner with some speed. Fires it on net, but it goes just wide, but McManus is there to keep it in. Rickwood and McManus are now being joined by Devin Taylor. And there's Tally Warren, why not? We'll have 4 on 2. Kira Smith's paddle bangs against the ice once again as we are even strength here with 9 minutes left. 1-0 Merrimack still holds a lead over the home team, the Wildcats.
Both teams doing a great job defending the power play. Despite Merrimack getting in all these penalties, they've done a great job defending that disadvantage, or should I say the advantage for the other team, which is the Wildcats tonight.
Here's Grant Mentis fresh out of the penalty box. Fires an nice saucer pass. And that's going to squeeze its way in. Grant Mentis fired a saucer over to Dominique Kramer. She was unable to get a full speed shot off. Went off of a skate. And there was number 27, Keisha DeCary, able to make it 2-0 Merrimack after 2 straight power play chances for UNH. A lot of zone possession time, a lot of quality shots on net. Merrimack is able to come right back down and extend their lead to 2-0. Shots are still tied, 26-26. But Merrimack getting the 2 that count.
Well, you got to applaud Mantis for getting back into the game and just already contributing to that goal with the assist.
Now with 8:15 left in the game, in regulation, Wildcats need 2.
You never
to
know,
force
Sam.
an overtime.
You never know.
Jenna Rowe skates her way out of pressure. Fires it in directly, trying to get up to Grace Middleton. Good step up on the play by Manu. Merrimack now regains possession. Crazy deflection there. Good job by Kira Smith.
Looks like
showing off the
balance
athleticism. Now here's Nicole Dunbar trying to make something happen out of nothing. Merrimack gets the puck up to Grant Mentis, involved on the previous 2 scoring plays for Merrimack. Rowe gets it up to Nicole Dunbar. Dunbar's going to fire it in on that far side for Pedrin to go get it. Pedrin wins the battle of the puck, but good body position by Chloe Cook, and she's able to win the battle. And Merrimack wins the breakout. Here comes Caitlin Ray. Her shot goes well wide of the glove of Kira Smith, but it's able to held in by Kramer. Kramer over to Sorensen. Good leg pad there by Smith. Ray trying to do something fancy, unable. Pedrin out of gas at the end of the shift, just dumps it in and heads over to the bench. Now we have to expect UNH to look a little more aggressive with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Eyes are going to be on Kira Smith on when head coach Hillary Witt calls her senior goalie to the bench to get that 6-on-5 advantage. Don't expect it to happen until at least 2 minutes left in the game, maybe a little bit earlier, but with 6:22 left, expect 5-on-5 hockey for the foreseeable future. Offensive zone face-off to the blocker side of Samantha Ridgewell. Looking at these coaches, Hillary Witt, 158, 222, and 40 overall in her tenure at UNH, 62, 94, and 17. And head coach for the Merrimack Warriors, Erin Hamlin, a Wildcat alum.
Really?
Graduated from UNH here in 1993, her 4th season. Fourth season with Merrimack and 4th season in Merrimack history. And we're going to get another power play for UNH.
This could be huge, Sam. This is the time where they climb back into this game.
It looks like it was called either a roughing or a boarding penalty. Either way, Chloe Cook's going to head to the box, the first goal scorer of the game. And now for the 3rd time in about 8 minutes, this UNH power play unit is going to be expected to do something. And they need it now more than ever as they trail 2-0 with 6:04 remaining. Wenskowski, Martin, Rinn, Peltier, and Howard, they've been clicking their last 2 man advantages but unable to execute. And now let's see if 3rd time's the charm in this period.
You talk about Erin Hamlin being a UNH alum. How about Hillary Witt as well? I mean, she's going against her former team too, as she graduated from Northeastern. So it's kind of interesting as these 2 coaches switch sides, and it must be weird facing the team that they graduated from. A little bittersweet.
Merrimack able to control the face-off and send it deep as Peltier goes back and retrieves it. Finds Wenskowski, who moves it up to Martin. Lauren Martin gains the line, drops it off to Rinn. She fires a shot off the blocker. Peltier unable to handle it as Grant Mentis comes flying up trying to find a breakaway. Good play there by Tori Howard to eliminate a quality scoring chance for Merrimack. Mentis and Martin go down, no call. Grant Mentis now backs off a little bit. She heads to the bench for some fresh legs. 1:10 left on the power play, 5:10 left in the game. Here's Wenskowski. Fires a shot. Oh,
She had a look, Sam. She had that look at top left corner.
She's been going glove side all day, switches it up and goes far side off the blocker, but a beautiful save by Samantha Ridgewell looking at this replay again. Had that top corner, looked like it went off the paddle. A great scoring chance for number 12 in blue and white, the leading goal scorer and point scorer for that matter for this Wildcat team, trying to do all she can to crack into the scoring. We had a high stick call, which resulted in the face-off. Carly Turner and her line get their crack at it with 1 minute left on the power play.
There's been a few times tonight, Sam, where we've just seen Wenskowski come flying in. I mean, just full speed, and that was just another example of that tonight.
Turner gains the line. Fires it, goes off a skate, and Merrimack. Easy clear for them as Paige Voigt, instead of sending it deep, she's going to take off some more seconds by skating it in. Still has possession of the puck as she does a full rink-wide lap of the Whittemore Center. Now Merrimack sends it deep, able to get some changes if they need to. Grant Mentis already back on the ice.
This is the time for the Wildcats to capitalize on this opportunity, Sam. 15 seconds left, but looks like Ray's gonna try to make the most out of that opportunity.
Caitlin Ray fires a shot, and there was a rebound chance, but that was sent to the corner as that's gonna run out the Merrimack power play. So we're back to 5-on-5, and that's 3 straight blown opportunities for this Wildcat team. So we're under 4 minutes here in the third period. UNH finally gets the lead in the shot total at 30-29. Last time they held the lead, it was 5-2 shots in the first couple minutes of the first period. Now we can get in that time frame where we're going to be looking at Kira Smith when she heads to the bench under the command of Hillary Witt, just to get that 6-on-5 attacker. Although UNH has had very, very limited success with extra man opportunities tonight, but maybe 6-on-5 is more their speed rather than 5-on-4. Grace Middleton tried to go indirectly off the bench, but instead she caught a little too much air under the puck, and that went right into the Warriors bench. There's head coach Aaron Hamlin tossing the puck to the officials. Bob Hawks, Patrick Silva, the referees, Nick Payer and Steven Saul, the linesman. Steven Saul, as you can see on the back of his jersey, just dropped off the puck. Paige Rinn and Wenskowski go forward with that face-off. No icing on the call as Tori Howren beat the puck to the goal line. Peltier now with 3 Warriors in front of her has to go back behind her own net. She finds Howren, who just sends it up to Chloe Cook of Merrimack. No icing the call as Wenskowski, Martin, and Rinn go in on the forecheck, and Kira Smith has left the bench, so it's 6-on-5 for the Wildcats. Abby Chapman, the extra skater. With 2:40 left in the game, UNH is going all out.
Still plenty of time left, Sam.
They're going to get an offensive zone face-off. Expect to see a potential timeout. Looks like UNH is going to keep that in the back pocket for at least one more possession. But right now, all it is just get pucks to the net. You do have that extra body to plant right on the back door, right in front of the crease, just to annoy Samantha Ridgewell. So expect to see some of that, but everything you can get to the net, you got to get to the net. Good poke there by Ridgewell to get the puck away from the crease. Emily Ridgewood fakes a slap shot. Now she fires one right on the chest of Ridgewell.
If you're Merrimack, you can't afford another penalty.
2:27 left in regulation. The sun has finally set here in Durham. 4 p.m. Saturday matinee, and it's been exciting. Lack of goals scored from both sides. Both teams averaging around 3 goals a game. 2-0 here, Merrimack holding the lead. But 6-on-5, the Wildcats looking to at least make it interesting. Down 2-1. Little give and go at the top, puck in front of the net. Nicole Dunbar, that extra skater, plants herself in front, but unable to get anything going. That puck squirts out, and UNH is gonna have to quickly regroup. Here's McManus, and they're gonna call that offsides. Just a miscue by the far side wingers. Dunbar, Turner, and Warren just caught sleeping a little bit as they were a step offside. But we're gonna get fresh legs for the Wildcats. Martin, Rinn, Chapman and Wenskowski. Wenskowski first to the puck for the Wildcats, but Paige Rinn's going to be the one who possesses it. Rinn gets it low from Wenskowski, just under 2 minutes left. Wildcats have to move quick. Puck goes deflected. Tori Howren hit about 3 body parts of Merrimack Warrior defenders, and that sneaks its way in. And with 1:44 left, we have a 2-1 hockey game.
The fish is out, Sam. And I mean, that puck just seemed to travel in the air, and
I think it might have hit off 3 separate players and went in the back of the net.
I couldn't even keep track of it. I mean,
we're going to have to see the replay, but the fish is on the ice. The first goal scored by the Wildcats, and it came very late in this game. Watching the replay now, Tori Howren gets a nice one-timer, and I saw it get deflected at least twice, and then Samantha Ridgewell in the butterfly position, unable to track that puck as it went right over her head and in. It's going to be interesting to see what the officials declare on who got the goal, who got the assist.
And there was really nothing that, you know, Manu or even Ridgewell could have done about that goal. I mean, it was tough as the puck went over Manu's head.
Kiera Smith heads to the bench, so 6-on-5 once again with 1:25 left, 2-1. Sorry to cut you off, Kevin.
No,
but now there is
even keep track of that goal, but
now there is a chance for this Wildcat team. Merrimack once again trying to waste as much time as they can in the corner. Wenskowski now has it. Try to fire to Peltier, but fortunate enough that stays in the Wildcat zone. Caitlin Ray unable to make a play on it, but Merrimack's going to send it down, and despite it being an extra man opportunity, it's not a power play, so that is an icing. Normally on a power play, if you're 5-on-4, the team that's killing the penalty can send it all the way down the ice, no problem. But not the case on a 6-on-5, and Hillary Witt smartly saved that timeout for right now with 58 seconds left, 2-1. And now Merrimack might be a little nervous as the Wildcats finally broke the seal. It wasn't a pretty goal, Kevin, but on the box score, it just comes up as a goal. Watching that replay from another angle, still tough to see. Might have to, the best case would probably be a slow-mo angle, but
that's a tough goal to defend from the Merrimack side, but got to give the effort to this Wildcat offense on that last play. There's still just under a minute left, so there's certainly some time to add another goal to that, Sam, and tie things up here. And I'm sure that's what Hillary Wood has in mind right now.
And if I'm UNH and Merrimack for that matter, the one person to keep your eye on is number 12, Taylor Wenskowski. Not only just the leading point scorer for this UNH team, but she's been all over the ice, all over the slot today. Couple shots getting really close from going in. She's lined up there on that left winger side. Big face-off here is Lauren Martin able to get the win and maintain possession. Picks it up to Peltier. Peltier fires it on the blue line all the way over to that. In question, Taylor Wenskowski, who's calling for the one-timer. Howren again, trying to find her second goal of the last few minutes of this game. 40 seconds left, 2-1 Merrimack. Fires the puck in front, unable to connect to Lauren Martin. Wenskowski loses it in the corner.
This could be huge in the Hockey East standings these last 30 seconds, Sam.
Peltier unable to maintain possession, but that's going to be an icing. So with 24 seconds, it looks like it's going to come down to one possession. If Merrimack can win this face-off and send it deep without an icing call, that could very well wrap it up. And on the flip side, a quick win by Lauren Martin on the draw. That'll allow Wildcats to get at least one shot. And it looks like Merrimack will use their timeout as they're going to go over defensive strategies, what to do if they win, what to do if they lose this face-off, and everything in between, where Hillary Witt, you can imagine, is drawing up a play for the face-off. And you have to imagine, it is on the right hash, and Taylor Wenskowski is a lefty, so you have to think that they can try to run up a play that they did in the second period where Martin wins it back. Wenskowski comes from the wing, takes the puck to the slot, and tries to fire a shot off, but it's going to be interesting to see what she draws up.
Yeah, no, and there's a lot, it seems to be a lot on the line with these last 24 seconds left. I mean, Merrimack overall record 14-10-5, UNH right behind them, 13-13-4. So this could not only determine the outcome of the game or whether it goes into OT or not, but really determines how the Hockey East standings lays out. excuse me, not OT. The tie could definitely be an impact on how this hockey standings lays out. But I'm excited. It's getting a little loud in here, Sam. Fans are getting excited for this. Getting pumped.
24 seconds on the clock. No goalkeeper in for UNH. Kira Smith is on the bench. 6-on-5. The Wildcats trying to sneak in a tie and force overtime. Lauren Martin loses the draw. Kramer gets the slap shot that is able to go all the way, and that's not going to draw an icing as Howard was too close to the puck. So now with 13 seconds left, it's going to be an all-out attack. Here's Pedrin, tries to sauce it over to Martin. Merrimack is able to clear it, and that's going to run down the clock. A delayed offsides allows UNH to not get in on the forecheck. And after a late goal by Tori Howren, Merrimack is able to hold on 2-1, and they get a very big win. Not only, like you just said, Kevin, their first win over UNH this season, but it extends their lead over the Wildcats and the Yukon Huskies and the Maine Black Bears. In the hockey standings, Merrimack now with 25 points on the year, and UNH, after a pointless weekend, they remain at 21, but they are back in action. The UNH team is next week. They take on Boston University down in Boston on Saturday, and they come right back to the Whittemore Center on Sunday to host that same BU Terriers team, and then they wrap up the season Saturday, the 23rd, against Boston College right here at the Whit. But that's going to do it for our call. 2-1 the final score. Merrimack gets their first win over the UNH Wildcats this season. For Kevin Larney and the whole production crew, I'm Sam Rogers. Thank you and have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.